There are three ways to hook up App Inventor to be able to actually use the app. If you remember from my last video, this is not usable. This is just where you lay out your screen. You can't actually click anything and use it there. So you need either an Android device or an emulator. And so there's three ways to do that. And the first I'm going to do is the Windows emulator. So I am on a Windows computer, not a Chromebook. Okay, Windows computer, it has a start menu down here. Okay, that's the Windows computer. I have directions here on PowerSchool. So it says here, written directions for using the emulator on Windows or a Mac. This would also work on the Mac. But let's see here. These are the written directions. I'll show you as best I can here on video how that works. So if you're on Windows, first of all, it says step 1, install the App Inventor Setup software. Okay. After you install it, you'll see this icon that says the AI Starter. And if I come to my Start menu and I search for AI Starter, there it is, AI Starter. This is tricky to use because it's not hard to use. It's just it doesn't really make sense how it works. Okay, so it's quirky. When I open the AI Starter, it will open in the background. So I clicked it to open, and it is open, but it doesn't actually show that it's open, which is what doesn't make sense. But you'll notice down here, there is the little AI Starter icon with a blue line below it. That means it is open and running. If I click it down here, I get this window. Okay? Now, see right here where it says hit Control C to quit. If I want to close this, you can minimize it. That's just fine. Minimize. Open it up. Boom. Now, if you want to close it, you don't hit the X. You hit on your keyboard Control C, and it will close itself. Okay? Now, what I like to do is pin it down here to my taskbar. So let me open it again. When it's running, if I right-click it, I can choose Pin to Taskbar, and that way I keep it down here all the time. If you do close it with the X, like I just did, then you have to reset it, and you'll reset it by opening it up normally, and then hitting Control C to quit, and then opening it up normally again. And now it's reset. Also, that's what you're going to do if you have any problems with your connection at all. All right, so when my AI Starter is running, then if I go into App Inventor, let me reset this connection here. Okay. So when I go into App Inventor, I will do Connect and then Emulator. And you'll see a bunch of stuff happening on your AI Starter. Don't mess with the starter, just leave it alone. It's going to take about a full minute for it to pop up. Okay, I have a new icon down here. If I click on that, see I have this is like a little phone screen. Do not touch, don't click that phone screen until it fully loads. Okay, don't click on anything, don't touch anything until that is fully loaded. It will do everything on its own. In fact, I'm going to minimize my AI Starter and give it a second to just get loaded. So you will see your app pop up on here when it's all ready. You don't need to do anything until that point. Okay. So you wait for all of that to fully load. You shouldn't have to click anything. There might be situations where it says you have to install and update your app, in which case go ahead and follow that. But anyway, as it opens up, now this is the emulator. This is an Android phone, and we see my screen layout pop up there. If I want to add in say a new button. Yeah, my button, boom, give it a second, it'll refresh on the emulator, right? So that's that. And then as I click it, boom, it does what I programmed for it to do. So that's the emulator. Problems with the emulator might be if it just stops responding. You're adding things into it and it stops responding. It's not, things aren't working the way they should. What I do with that is if you come to your connect menu and you click on reset connection, it should automatically close your emulator, and then you can reconnect the emulator again. If you really need to, go ahead and press Control C on here to close and open your AI companion again. And actually, you'll see here, I'm pressing Control C and it is not closing for me. So I need to close it the hard way and then open it back up, press Control C again, and then open it back up, and then it'll work. So a lot easier to have one of these, but if you don't, the emulator will work. So that is method one, the Windows emulator.
Okay, the second way of doing it is on your Chromebook, and you still need to install the AI Companion app on your Chromebook. So to do that, you're going to come into your apps and you're going to find the Play Store and open up the Play Store. As far as I know, the only app in the Play Store you're actually allowed to install on your Chromebooks is the AI2 Companion. If you don't just see it there, search for it. Find the AI2 Companion. You will probably see a thing that says to either install or update. If it says install or update, you want to install or update. Update if it says update. All right. Then I'll close that. You'll know for sure it's installed correctly if you see it in your apps. If I scroll down, whoops. If I scroll down to my second page of apps, there I see MIT AI2 Companion. You don't need to open it from here. It just needs to be installed. Okay. Then you'll go into your App Inventor, and then you'll click on Connect Chromebook. You can click on Remember Your Choice. I'm not going to, just because I want that to come up every time while I'm demonstrating to students. You can click on Remember My Choice and then Open, and then you will see the emulator load up. Give a second for everything to come up. And there it is. Click Me. Hello world. I could also do, let's see, if I scroll to the side, I'm going to make my button 2. Let's see. Make my button 2 say goodbye. And then if I come to my blocks, I will make my, let's see here, button 2. When button 2 is clicked, I'm going to set my label 1 text to say goodbye then. Goodbye then. Boom. Let's see if it works. Goodbye then. Hello world. Goodbye then. Okay. And that is how your app will work on your Chromebook. If you need to, you can click on Reset Connection. It will close, and then you can pull it back up on your.
Okay, and the third way to connect to App Inventor is the best, the easiest, most realistic way, and that is with an Android device. So if you're in school, I have the tablets in my classroom. If you have your own Android phone or tablet, you can get one, or you can use that. Android phones, cheap unlocked Android phones, can run you less than $100 on eBay or Amazon or something like that. This is a Motorola Moto E4, something like that. So The app that you need is the AI Companion app, which, give it a second here, let my screen focus, is right in the middle. There we go. Okay, the MIT AI2 Companion, that's right in the middle. Search for it in your Play Store if you don't have it. And then, if you open it up, asks you to scan a QR code. So, what I'll do is I'll go into App Inventor. I'll click on Connect AI Companion. That brings up the QR code. I'm going to let my phone scan it here. Scan QR code. Boom. Give it a second. And there it is. Okay. So that is the third way of connecting it. The thing with that, your phone does need to be on the same Wi-Fi network as your computer. That's the best way to make that work. So if for some reason it's not working, check the network. It needs to be on the same network as the computer. And there you have it. Those are your 3 ways to interact with App Inventor.